Hello there, my name is Thomas Korallo and welcome to my YouTube channel where we talk all things trading, finances and money in general. And if you're new to the channel, as always, please consider subscribing. A lot to learn here. And if you've missed my videos on the assembly of my incredible Dubai trading floor, then check out the previous two videos. Now, and the incredible minus 40% discount on all of my famous trading learning programs is still there. Still a few seats left. The Christmas offer is coming to the end, so a few seats left. And if you want to begin next year with an incredible New Year's resolution of becoming a trader and learning from the best and learning how to actually be consistently profitable and not, use any kind of useless strategies and patterns and structures and actually approach the market professionally by learning everything from active trading to long-term investing, as well as everything from technical analysis to fundamental analysis and how to combine those together, then you're welcome to become one of my students now at this incredible minus 40% discount. So once again, offer.thomaskorallo.com and the link in the description as well. And small announcement, my Instagram got disabled again because of all the fake accounts again. If you haven't been following me on Instagram, well, you cannot really follow me on Instagram right now. I don't know how long it's gonna take for them to actually fix my account again, but because of the amount of fake account, you will not believe this. This year, we just approximately checked it and calculated how many fake accounts we removed of Thomas Korallo on Instagram, and the number is close to 500 accounts, 500 of fake accounts of Thomas Korallo. This is absolutely incredible. So they create some kind of Thomas Korallo FX01, whatever name. They copy all of my posts and texts and stories and everything, and then send messages and even buy some fake followers for whatever amount of money so that it looks like a similar amount of followers that I have, so that the account is almost identical to mine. And then they send messages to my followers saying that invest into us right now and you will make 100% return in 24 hours. And there are idiots who actually believe them. Can you believe this? And actually send these people money. Well, yeah, I don't know what to say about this, but anyway, and just because of this amount of fake accounts, we've been fighting them, and they actually have been fighting me. So they were using this amount of fake accounts to report me as impersonator, and sometimes Instagram has a stupid glitch of believing all of these reports of these fake accounts that I'm the one impersonating them and just deletes me. So, and this has happened already like 2 times this year, but we are working on the verification and my Instagram account will be verified soon if we even get it back, so hopefully. So if you're worried about where my Instagram account is, then know that just because of fake accounts, it's all gone again. So okay, let's get to the topic of this YouTube video, and that is the practice of thankfulness and the practice of giving, and basically how to generate positive emotions that have such an incredible impact on our overall life, and the secret of many successful people, which is not bullshit, it's actually true, how to actually make even more money and how to become more successful, and that is the practice of giving. Just a small spoiler alert, and this is not something that I usually do. I don't really, honestly, I don't talk about this stuff because this, I'm trying to be as open as possible on my YouTube channel about everything that I'm doing and the businesses that I'm building and the money I'm making or losing, but there are certain aspects of my life that I'm trying to keep private. And one of those things is philanthropy. So if I'm helping somebody here and there or some kind of an orphanage, something, I don't really talk about this because this is me, this is my personal thing, this is my personal rituals that I like to do and that I like to put out into the world and basically to give back to the world. So I'm making this video just once, just show an example and talking exactly why this is important in my life and how it has affected me. But please do not take this as me bragging about me, being a nice guy. I don't care if somebody thinks if I'm a nice guy. I'm doing these things for me, and I have been doing them for many years, and I've been doing this just for the sake of doing, and I don't really believe in altruism, but I've been doing it to get positive vibes and perhaps to earn myself karma. But I've never been doing it for the public eye. This is the first and probably the last video I'll ever do on this kind of stuff. We'll see. A lot of people are saying that, from everything that you're making, the amount of money that you're making, you have to donate at least 10%. I don't really believe in these kinds of rules, that you have to donate 10% or, you have to help children or dogs or cats or any other animals or, blind people, etc. There is no rule book when it comes to how much you should be helping. The question is whether you are able to afford to help other people. And that is something that that I always kept in mind. So when I didn't really have that very much money, if I would have been making $5,000 a month and barely making my ends meet and helping my own family, so I struggled to help my own family, I could not really afford to go to the church and donate money to the church. I mean, I've never really went to the church that much anyway, but just in general, it doesn't make that very much sense to me when I see people who really don't have any money for themselves and they donate money to the church. In my opinion, again, subjective opinion, this is just a little bit crazy. So I started helping and donating certain things and sometimes money when I could afford it. You know, if I made $100,000 in 1 month, then, you know, I could go out and donate a few thousand here and there, just a little bit, just to make myself feel good and just, you know, have some kind of self-improvement for my own sake. So how does this work? And a lot of rich people believe this. Certainly a lot of them do it to get tax benefits, because especially in Europe and the United States, when you're donating to a certain list of charities, you actually get the tax break. So basically you get a discount on certain taxes, so you actually save money, and it's pretty awesome. So a lot of big businesses donate money to charities. But then there is the other aspect of things, and that is when you donate, you actually get back more from the universe. And I am kind of a believer in this stuff. So what do I do now? What's the example of what kind of charity work that I'm doing? This year, as an example, I received a list from one charity organization back from Latvia, which again, in Europe, the orphanages are in much better condition than, for example, in Latvia, and I prefer to donate to those that are not in really that great shape and that they are actually in need. Basically, I received a list of 50 kids, orphans who don't have anyone, a list of their Christmas letters, actually, to the Santa Claus. Usually the Santa Claus for the children are their parents, but these boys and girls don't have any parents and anyone, but they still write those, Christmas letters, which makes me very sad, quite honestly, really sad. So basically I received those 50 letters, I gave them to my assistant, so we made a list of things. So where is that child from? What does that child want for Christmas and for the New Year's? And it's just thinking about it is just sad. You know, you're always so tied up in Dubai life and doing all these crazy things and golden cars and trading floors and diamond watches and stuff, but you just forget how rest of the world is. You know, it's and I don't care for the most part, but things like children, make me sad when parents have kids and then, or maybe something happens to the parents, or they just give up on those kids, or they're drug addicts or something. It's just terrible, and I'm a tough guy. But when I was reading some of those letters from kids, there was one girl, she just wanted shoes, So she's like 13 years old and she doesn't really have a good pair of shoes. Another guy, he was asking for pants. And then the other one was asking for a doll, or smaller kids were asking for a Lego, like 7 years old, or some were like 3 years old, but I'm guessing that the institution actually wrote something for them in the letter so that, because they cannot really write at the age of 3. And, you're just reading about this, you're reading the name, the age, the institution, the orphanage where they live, you're reading what they want, and how they were, I'm sorry. And they're actually writing about their behavior through the year. But the thing is that they don't have this to give to anyone. Give me a second. So anyway, it's really sad. So, and what I did was, my job was to get the list, all the letters, make a list of them, and send them to my assistant, because again, I'm in Dubai, send them to my assistant and give him some cash. And send him to the stores. So he went to the stores and bought 50 gifts and all the things, that teddy bears and Legos, and it wasn't anything fancy like iPhones or anything, because these kids are very reasonable. Then my assistant, with the help of his girlfriend, they actually wrapped everything and then brought to this charity that actually is going to distribute these gifts to these children this year. And so basically the idea is that I am the Dubai Santa Claus, anonymous one, for 50 kids this year. And the thing is that I don't do this, for publicity or any kind of stuff like this. It's just the reason why I do this is because I feel like I am giving back to the society. Being a trader and being someone who has the opportunity to optimize taxes and all this kind of stuff, I'm saving hundreds of thousands of dollars on the legal methods of tax optimization, so I might as well just help children directly. And again, I'm not helping through some companies that usually, end up stealing half of the money for their own salaries and stuff. I'm actually working with the companies and the charities that I know that don't make any profit. So they are non-profit, and I know the owners, etc. So that we actually get a chance to give everything to the children. And, my childhood, it wasn't really a pleasant one. It was also quite a shitty one, especially in the very beginning, up to the age of 10, the way life has played out. It wasn't really the nicest one. It's really difficult to remember many moments. It's really sad. But then, because I grew up without a father, just my hardworking mother, she did her best, but she made some mistakes in the process as well, just like all of us do. But she did very good in terms of actually getting our family to at least some kind of a stable, middle class, lower middle class level, and then I've taken it from there. But even though my childhood wasn't really the most colorful one, I cannot even begin to imagine what kind of a life those kids have. My mother, at least, we traveled a lot. We lived in different places. I lived in New York for many years, and I learned a lot of things in the process, and just one parent and not a rich one. But what do those kids have? They have nothing, like literally -1. I mean, absolute zero. Then there is the question of whether, everybody has the same opportunity in life. And the answer is, in my opinion, absolutely not. So this is just the blunt truth. Everybody's running around saying that everybody has the same opportunities, blah, blah, blah. Depending on how you look at it, it might be partially true, but when you look at, if you compare a child that has been born to no parents and lives in the orphanage and doesn't really get any good education, doesn't have any good examples in life, and you compare that to a child born to a billionaire who is, educating this child, showing the examples and giving the best world's education, etc. I mean, this child can still grow up an idiot, but the chances, we're just talking about the chances are, obvious, the one who has more chances. So yeah, and basically, when I'm not really making that very much of a difference in the world by helping 50 kids, but I believe in giving. When you give, you get a lot more back. And I don't know how it works precisely. It's not really any kind of law of attraction. Maybe there are some kinds of laws of the universe that you will actually get more than you actually give. So according to me, this stuff actually works. So those who say that give to get back, actually that's true. But there are certain procedures and rules that I'm following when it comes to giving. Yeah, that's why I also enjoy teaching other people how to trade. Now, this is something I don't do for free, simply because if people want to take it seriously, they need to pay for education. And I spend my time and money on the development of my education. I pay salaries to my team members, and we have close to around 20 people in my team right now. A lot of them on the outsource, so they don't sit in my office. But nonetheless, I do have expenses, so they must be covered, and I want this as a business for me. So that's quite different than helping orphans to get pants and shoes and the teddy bear. That's quite different. If somebody wants to learn how to trade, they have to pay for it. Like when I learned how to trade, I actually paid for it, but not with money. I paid for risking my entire life and just stopping the whole thing that I was doing in the United States and traveling to live in Switzerland and learn from this person for 6 months. So I couldn't continue living the life that I was living because the offer was on the table that I had to travel to Switzerland and live in Switzerland and learn there. So I was risking my whole entire life and everything I was working towards in the United States. So it's actually a lot more convenient to pay just somebody $1,000 or $500 to learn how to trade, or depending on the package that you select, than to actually spend 6 months somewhere without any income and without working on any other stuff and just being away from your friends and family, etc. So I paid a much higher price for my trading education than what I'm asking for right now for my trading education, for my trading learning programs. But nonetheless, it still is a part of giving, and I enjoy giving in my life in general. The giving process is present a lot. And I've never been a greedy person, and I was always ready to help out my friends and family members. But I guess it's done through our inner nature that we want the universe to actually pay us back. And it definitely did pay me back quite a lot. I don't know, maybe there is no connection between these two things, but I decided to make this video and disclose this small secret of mine that I've been doing for many years, maybe with some kind kind of ulterior motives. I don't know that, I was trying to buy myself good karma. But if I did, it worked. So that's very nice. That's very good. Just in general, I can say that it's not just me. A lot of the people, rich people, ultra rich people that I know, donate. And a lot of them do it because of tax break and the tax reductions, etc. But at the same time, a lot of them are not doing it because of taxes, because they don't even pay any taxes anyway. They're doing it for themselves because they believe in giving to actually get more back. And it works. I don't know how. I'm not going to be able to explain it to you, but it works. Just keep in mind that there is a big difference between just nice, generous gestures of a wealthy individual and the person who is just scrambling for money himself and is donating to someone else. This doesn't work. It doesn't compute. So donating and hurting yourself in the process is not exactly what I'm talking about. So it's not going to be the positive energy. It's not going to generate positive energy. It's going to generate negative energy because your life is going to become even more miserable, and it's already miserable. So if you're struggling for money, don't think about charity, helping children, dogs, it doesn't matter. Focus on your career, focus on your own well-being, focus on your future, on your family, and only then think about other things. That's it. This is a very spontaneous, very, all over the place YouTube video, but I hope that you've enjoyed some of my thoughts. And Christmas is coming, so happy holidays, love each other, take care of each other, starting with your own family and friends, and only then think about others. And I hope that you'll find peace in these awesome, beautiful days of Christmas and New Year's, and that your next year will be even better than any other year you've ever had. Thank you for watching. Peace and love, Thomas Krallo. All the links to all the awesome products, as always, in the description. And I'll see you in the next video.